Washington, D.C. has exploded. The city is in the grip of a tennis fever that no one saw coming. Philippines fire. Thousands of Filipino fans have descended upon the William H. G. Fitzgerald Tennis Center, turning the Mubadala DC Open into a sea of red, blue, and yellow. The atmosphere is absolutely electric. The energy is off the charts. And Alex Eala hasn't even played her first match yet. Filipinos from the Washington, D.C. area and neighboring states flocked to the tournament to watch Eala's practice session. They followed her from the moment she walked out of the players' lounge all the way to the practice courts. Tournament security had to carefully manage the growing crowd as fans lined up for photos and autographs. "We are so proud of her. Keep going, Alex," one fan shouted. "She is such an inspiration," said a young Filipina supporter. "I don't even play tennis, but I love the way she fights on the court." And it's not just the fans who are taking notice. The influx of international media covering Eala is the most at the DC Open in years. Her matches are expected to be some of the most attended of the week. This is all because of her popularity not just among Filipinos and Filipino Americans but those across the Asian tennis diaspora. Tennis legend Andy Roddick has called it Eala-mania. He declared on his podcast, "I don't want to hear any of that I don't care, stop talking, no. This is a movement she is single-handedly creating, a movement of a sect of tennis fandom that largely didn't exist a couple of years ago. Thank you." He added, "She is single-handedly bringing more fans into tennis in a very committed and passionate way." So what exactly is happening in Washington? Why are the fans going absolutely crazy? And what does this mean for Alex Eala's chances at the tournament? In this video, we are going to break down everything. We are going to show you the incredible scenes of Filipino fans taking over Washington. We are going to look at Andy Roddick's epic praise. We are going to examine Eala's brutal first-round draw against Olympic champion Zheng Qinwen. And we are going to explain why this is just the beginning of Alex Eala fever. Stay with me. Because this is a story that is going to fill you with pride. This is a story that proves Alex Eala is not just a tennis player, she is a movement. Philippines fire. Let's get into it. The scenes at the Mubadala DC Open have been absolutely incredible. Filipino fans have come out in full force to support their hero, and they have completely taken over the tournament. Filipinos from the Washington, D.C. area and neighboring states flocked to the tournament to watch Eala's practice session ahead of the WTA 500 tournament. Eala was followed by excited fans from the moment she walked out of the players' lounge all the way to the practice courts, where she trained for an hour with American Ashlyn Kruger, who is currently ranked number 66 in the world. Her coach, Joan Bosch of the Rafa Nadal Academy, was on court guiding Eala through her session, which included routine forehand and backhand drills, volleys, returns, and point construction. Filipino supporters crowded outside the practice court, thrilled to catch a glimpse of the Filipina tennis sensation. One fan shouted, "We are so proud of her. Keep going, Alex." Another young Filipina supporter said, "She is such an inspiration. I don't even play tennis, but I love the way she fights on the court." After the practice, tournament security had to carefully manage the growing crowd as fans lined up for photos and autographs. Despite the large turnout, Eala took time to sign as many autographs as she could before leaving the court. But the chaos didn't stop there. Eala's matches are expected to be some of the most attended of the week, and the influx of international media covering her is the most at the DC Open in years. This is all because of her popularity not just among Filipinos and Filipino Americans but those across the Asian tennis diaspora. The comparisons to Manny Pacquiao are already being made. As Greg Rusedski put it, she's like the new Manny Pacquiao of the Philippines. Everybody turns on the TV to watch her. The whole nation comes to a standstill. Wherever she is in the world, everybody wants to see her. She's the biggest star on the WTA Tour. Eala herself is humbled by the support. She said during her homecoming, I leave with a refreshed memory of what I carry when I'm out there playing tennis. And wow, is it a privilege to be part of something bigger than myself. Never been prouder to represent home. The hype around Alex Eala has reached such a fever pitch that even tennis legends are taking notice. Andy Roddick, the former world #1 and US Open champion, dedicated an entire segment of his podcast Serve with Andy Roddick to what he calls Eala-mania. His words were absolutely glowing. Eala-mania is fun. Roddick said. I'm sorry, when you have watch parties in arenas around your country for a fourth-round match, I'm in. Roddick was so impressed that he shut down anyone who might criticize the media hype around Eala. I don't want to hear any of that like, I don't care, stop talking, no. This is a movement she is single-handedly creating, a movement of a sect of tennis fandom that largely didn't exist a couple of years ago. Thank you. And then Roddick explained why Eala's story has changed. When she broke out in Miami, it was a fun story. But now, she is a top 30 player beating higher-ranked players at majors. Listen, it was a fun story when she broke out in Miami, we wanted more of it. But she's top 30, beating higher-ranked players at majors, so it went from a fun story to a very real story and a phenomenon. Roddick ended with a powerful message: we should all grab it, embrace it, love it, shake it, be thankful for it. She is single-handedly bringing more fans into tennis in a very committed and passionate way. This is the kind of praise that validates everything Eala has achieved. And it is a sign that the tennis world is finally taking notice of what Filipinos have known all along. Now, let us talk about the challenge that awaits Alex Eala in her first match. Because this is no ordinary opponent. Eala has drawn reigning Olympic gold medalist Zheng Qinwen of China in the first round of the Washington Open singles tournament. The match will be Eala's first since her historic Wimbledon run. Zheng is currently ranked number 123 in the world, but she is a former world number 4 and a Grand Slam finalist, having reached the 2024 Australian Open final. She is also the reigning Olympic gold medalist from the 2024 Paris Olympics. Her resume is formidable. However, Zheng has been on a career slump and dealt with a right elbow injury that required surgery since peaking at world number 4. She fell out of the top 100 following a first-round exit at the French Open and was beaten again in the opening round at Wimbledon. This match marks Eala and Zheng's first meeting since the Filipino tennis ace lost to the Chinese star in a thrilling singles semifinal at the Hangzhou Asian Games in 2023. Eala settled for the bronze medal while Zheng went on to win the gold. On paper, Eala is the favorite as a top 30 player against Zheng, currently ranked number 123. But every analyst agrees, Zheng is a far more testing opponent than her ranking suggests. With an explosive first serve and a heavy forehand capable of dictating rallies on hard courts, she remains one of the toughest first-round opponents in the field. A win over Zheng would be a massive statement from Eala. It would prove that her Wimbledon run was not a fluke. It would prove that she is ready to compete with the best. And it would send a message to the rest of the field. If Alex Eala manages to get past the formidable Zheng Qinwen, her reward is even tougher competition. A potential second-round matchup awaits against either Magda Linette or defending champion Leylah Fernandez. Fernandez is the 7th seed at the Washington Open and the defending champion, having won the title in 2025. She is a formidable opponent on any surface and will be eager to defend her crown. A potential match against Fernandez would be a battle of two of the WTA Tour's brightest young left-handers. It would be a chance for Eala to prove that she is ready to compete for titles. But here is the thing, Eala has shown time and again that she can compete with the best. She defeated defending Wimbledon champion Iga Swiatek on center court just weeks ago. She has proven that she belongs at the highest level. With the support of the Filipino community in Washington, she just might have the edge she needs. And if she can overcome Zheng Qinwen, anything is possible. The scenes in Washington are a sign of something much bigger. This is not just about one tournament. This is about the future of Philippine tennis. First, it shows the power of the Filipino community. Filipinos from all over the world are rallying behind Eala. They are showing up in massive numbers. They are making their voices heard. And they are proving that the Filipino diaspora is a force to be reckoned with. Second, it inspires the next generation. Young Filipino players will see the scenes in Washington and think, if she can do it, so can I. They will pick up rackets. They will start playing. They will start dreaming. Third, it puts Philippine tennis on the map. Eala's success is already putting the Philippines on the global tennis map. And the fan support in Washington is amplifying that message. Fourth, it gives hope. In a country that faces many challenges, Eala's success gives Filipinos something to celebrate. It gives them hope for a brighter future. Fifth, it proves that Filipinos can compete with the best. Eala has beaten Grand Slam champions. She has reached the second week of Wimbledon. She has reached world number 28. She has proven that Filipinos can compete at the highest level. The future is bright for Philippine tennis. And Alex Eala is leading the way. As Eala herself said, "It's a privilege to be part of something bigger than myself. Never been prouder to represent home."